was the trickster. He said Pat doesn't have a minko. She's got a good report.
You guys still battling it out?
That's what keeps her marriage alive and kicking, Ray. What can we do you for?
The works.
Coming right up. You know anything about politics, Ray? Famous quotes, things like that?
I try not to.
How about the checker speech?
Never heard of it.
Hoover's checker speech.
Nixon's checker speech.
You're forgetting a lot, your old age.
Right behind you.
You ever seen this girl around here? Maybe in the arcade?
Oh, yes! I saw her come out of the arcade yesterday.
No, it was the day before.
Maybe you saw her both days.
No, I'm positive. It was yesterday.
You're positive.
You're getting Alzheimer's, sweetie.
Okay, just forget it. I found this wrapper.
Yeah, that's from one of our dogs.
Be good, you two.
It's a killer, I kid you not. Only 35 thou. Yeah, red, orange, blue, puke green, any color you want. Just give me 24 to hose the graffiti off. Just kidding. Ask for the man, Crazy Legs Larry. Toodaloo. Admiring that bishy cat, ain't you? I don't blame you. It's a classic ride in a deluxe sport package. It'll push 125 without so much as a shake. Of course, you gotta find the road for it.
That's always the...
Crazy Legs, Larry Hirsch. Pleased to meet you.
Ray McCoy.
You can call me Crazy, you can call me Larry. You can even call me Crazy Legs Larry. But don't call me if you don't think a hot set of wheels ain't necessary.
Okay.
The Bishi's exceptional. Mechanical is Pacific Rim flawless, as usual. But they also save some of the classic styling of the old GM days.
Looks like a piece of work.
Forget those fibroplast Filipino heaps everyone's driving around. This is real. Just feast your eyes on this. You see it? You see it? That's actual chrome, the real stuff. They saved a couple hundred sheets of Tijuana chrome from before the war. It's completely legal and everything. Beautiful, isn't it?
I don't think I've ever seen it before.
And you probably won't ever see it again unless you steal this puppy. And honestly, no. Frankly, I gotta tell you, it's got your name written all over it. Ray McCovey.
McCoy.
Give it, take a couple letters.
I'll have to think about it.
Don't think too long or too hard about it, Roy. It's liable to be gonzo by the time you come back.
Gotcha. How about this girl? She look familiar?
You kidding? She ain't old enough to drive.
You've never seen her?
She looks kind of familiar.
Think real hard.
Maybe you should try that arcade next door. She looks like the kind of girl you see there all the time.
I'll do that.
Heck, keep your paws off that, Ray.
You sell a black sedan a few days ago?
Black sedan? Hey, I got standards. If it ain't sporty, I got no room for it.
I've seen the registration. I know a woman bought it from you.
Oh, that sedan. Hey, look, a sexy blonde wants to pay top dollar for the ugliest car in the place. Who am I to say no?
Did you know who she was?
No, but I'd like to know her in the biblical sense, if you catch what I'm saying. Look, Ray, it ain't a crime for me to make a living.
I hope you got paperwork for all these vehicles.
Are we kids or what, Ray? You're talking to Crazy Legs Larry Hirsch here.
I take that as a yes.
You can take it any way you want. Just don't take it for a test drive in the 4th sector.
That sucks. Locked. Locked.
Hey, Ray, how you doing?
Just fine, Crazy.
You've been thinking about the caddy, haven't you? I don't blame you. She keeps me up at night, too. And I ain't ever even lip wrestled in the back seat, which is definitely what's in the cards for a stud of your caliber.
Throw in a babe and maybe you got a deal.
No sweat, I'll have one over in a jiffy.
No, just kidding. I've been looking for you.
Please, leave me alone. Father told me to watch out for you.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Have you always lived on Terra?
Yes.
Father told me he thought Terra would be so special and beautiful. Birds and flowers and trees and blue water. But it's not like that at all. I don't remember it ever being like that.
There's another hunter after your family.
We know. The woman who smokes.
You've got to get out of here.
You're not the hunter anymore?
Go, quickly.
Thank you.
Be good, you two. Pour me one.
Just one?
One, but one good one. Thanks for your time.
Ông đó đang nhìn mình.
How's business?
Good, very good. Holidays coming soon. Everyone wants insects.
Yeah, I can't imagine a better stocking stuffer. How's business?
Good.
Yeah. Damn. Hey, man.
You're that cat from Howie Lee's. McCoy, right? We keep bumping into each other. You want an autograph? I know you ain't heard of me yet, but Gordo Frizz's autograph's gonna be worth a pile of chinion someday.
I'll hold my breath. I'm gonna ask you a few questions.
Man, don't you got anything better to do than hassle innocent people at their place of work? Make it snappy, okay?
I really appreciate your patience. I didn't know Taffy was hiring your type.
You mean my type, as in talented, right? I had to fill in last minute for that snake woman.
Did you hear what happened to her?
She went on permanent vacation.
That's right. She was retired by a Blade Runner.
She was one of those skin jobs? Between you and me, I hear they're all over the place down here. Look, I'd love to jawbone with you all night, but I'm being paged for my set. Check it out. Hey, is everybody having a good time tonight? What does a marriage and a tornado have in common? First, there's a lot of sucking and blowing, and then you lose your house. You know what my first wife's nickname was? Twister. The doctor calls up his patient. I got bad news and I got worse news. The bad news is you only got 24 hours to live. The patient says, what could be worse than that? The doctor says, I've been trying to reach you since yesterday. Guess what happens to a replicant who does his job really well? Early retirement, baby. I see we got a celebrity in the audience. Can I get a spot, please? That's right. It's one of the boys from the local Blade Runner unit. One of the LPD's finest, Ray McCoy. Let's give a big hand for Rep Detect McCoy. He's protecting us poor slobs, ladies and gentlemen. He even thinks you're a replicant. He can waste you right where you stand. Nice job, eh, detective?
It doesn't quite work that way.
Doesn't, eh? What if I pretended to be a replicant?
That just an excuse for your lousy act, Gordo?
That snake dancer that worked here, Zora, she was a rep. And her picture's gonna be on every front page tomorrow.
Too bad she'll never read it.
How are you sure someone's a rep, detective?
There's a test.
Test? What replicant's gonna sit still for a test?
If I'm trying to question someone and he runs, that's a pretty good sign.
Could be a pretty good sign that you need to bathe more often. Do what you gotta do, McCoy. If you gotta shoot, that's cool. Come on, McCoy. Why don't you make me famous?
Get off it. You're no replicant.
How do you know? I could be a martyr for the cause, baby.
Every rep I've ever seen wants to live, not die, pal.
What are you, an expert?
I've been around. I should haul you downtown, but that'd probably just make you happy.
You're not even going to arrest me? Gotta go, Daddy-O.
I remember early Q used to call himself a humanitarian because he'd recruit orphans for his sex club, then donate a percentage of their salary to his favorite animal propagation lab. Yeah, he was a real piece of work. Hey, Hanoi, where's Early?
Off World Fat Farm.
You can do better than that.
No, it's true. Mr. Q sent me a vid just yesterday. Getting a hell of a tan he is.
Early's waiting on me.
Sod off. You've got no appointment and you've got no warrant.
Haven't I seen you around here before? How old are you? Early. How's it hanging?
Thick, slick, and hard as a brick. How's yours, General?
Your man gave me a hard time out there.
I like Hanoi, but I can't deny his sphincter's a little tight.
What's on tap tonight?
Classy shows all evening, General. You're going to be able to cut diamonds down there or your money back.
What's your name? This girl one of yours?
This ain't no daycare center, General. Of course, she ain't half bad looking. My pappy always used to say if there's grass on the field, it's time to play ball.
So, she hasn't been around here?
Nah, she ain't one of mine. Talk to Taffy. He gets most of the petty business around here.
It's men like you that made this country great, Early. You buy some jewelry at an auction recently? Real old, elite stuff?
Who's asking? You ain't with robbery homicide.
No, sir.
No, those pieces ain't hot. I got the papers to prove it. I picked them up at legitimate auction. Cost me nearly a pound of flesh, too.
You give this stuff to a girlfriend, Early?
You kidding? I ain't that stupid. No. I was letting one of my dancers use the stuff in her act. Kind of a tribute to the ancient swamp lands. You know what I mean?
Which dancer?
Heck, give up. She's going on in this deal. She's one of my biggest earners, too. She ain't in any trouble now, is she?
Not yet.
Good. Wouldn't want to slaughter the goose that lays them golden eggs.
Hey, Early.
I'm working right now, General. Ask me later.
And what's your pleasure, sir?
The highest octane.
One Venus eye trap coming up.
What's the green?
Neptune's nip. I think you'll enjoy it, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, yours truly, the ever brilliant Early Q presents the wondrous, mysterious Hecuba, singing and performing the sacred Thanatos dance of the ancient swamp.
You got a minute, pal?
Sod off, McCoy. I've got no time for you.
That's strange. I didn't hear a knock.
I just wanted to say, wow, you were awe-inspiring.
Well, thank you very much, Mr.
McCoy. Ray McCoy.
Is there something I can do for you, Mr. McCoy?
That's such an unusual belt. Is it antique?
They say it's from the last century. Those little creatures have always been my favorites.
Dragonflies?
Yes. And the whole class that contains them.
Tell you the truth, I'm from the LPD. I'd like to ask you a few questions if I could.
Is this about early Q? Because I could tell you.
Did any other pieces come with the belt?
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
You buy a vehicle lately? A black sedan?
I wasn't aware that was a crime.
Buying the car isn't. Using the car in an animal murder, well.
Animal murder? That's horrible. I haven't seen the car for 2 days. It was stolen the day after I bought it.
Is that right? Any reason you didn't tell me that right off?
You didn't ask.
Animal murder's pretty horrible.
Yes. Any murder is horrible. And unfortunate.
Some are worse than others.
But death's the same for all.
No argument there. There's a little test I'd like you to take.
Do you think I'm a replicant? Is that what this is about? If it's early Q, I'll help you any way you want.
Not exactly.
This is insane. I have a family, a daughter, for heaven's sake. Look, I'm willing to testify against early Q. A replicant wouldn't do that, would it?
A replicant doesn't necessarily care about what happens to another replicant.
Then you must be a replicant.
I'm sure I'm not.
How do you know you're not a replicant? Did you ever take that test yourself?
Sure I did. Long time ago.
Don't replicants go around with false memories? Maybe somewhere along the line you killed a human, took his place, and your superiors don't even know about it.
Interesting idea. But I'm still going to give you the test. Reaction time is a factor in this, so please pay attention. Where do you live?
I don't see why you need to know that.
For your anniversary, your spouse gives you a real goldfish.
I cherish it, of course, and make sure it had everything it needed.
You see an oversized book with pictures of exotic animals on the cover. The title is Big Game Hunting in Zaire. Curious, you flip it open. There's a picture of a man standing with his foot on a dead Cape buffalo. You find yourself fascinated. You keep paging through it, seeing picture after picture of animals laid to waste, each more gruesome than the last.
That's not true. I'd burn the book.
You're visiting the dentist. At the receptionist's desk is a huge bowl of fresh-cut flowers.
Is that illegal?
Carries a fine. Flowers? Well, you can't just go out and pick them anymore.
Oh, I probably wouldn't do anything.
Out of the corner of your eye, you see a large black spider crawling up the wall.
Spiders frighten me. I'd call animal services and keep away from it until they arrived.
You've been kidnapped. Your captors tell you that you'd better think about what you did to deserve this.
What? What did I do?
You tell me.
Is that your game?
No, You've been drafted into the Army. During a boot camp hazing, you're bound, blindfolded, and forced to eat worms.
That's disgusting. The Army doesn't do that kind of thing anymore.
Is that so?
Of course not.
You rent a mountain cabin. On the walls, someone has hung old maps and Currier and Ives prints.
What are those?
Nature art. A deer's head is mounted above the fireplace. A full stag with developed horns.
Why would anyone hang a head on the wall? It was a different time then, wasn't it?
You saying that makes it okay?
Of course not.
A man dressed in rags approaches you on the street and asks for money.
I might give him some, if I had any to spare.
Positive result. Subject is replicant. Test terminated.
I get it. You're some kind of sexual deviant. I'm finished with you. Get me the police?
You're doing the right thing.
Yes, this is an emergency. Early cues backstage. A customer is harassing me. Thank you.
Put that away. I'm a cop.
Now we wait. If your hand moves, I'll shoot.
Okay.
Please don't talk. The sound of your voice grates on my nerves.
We waited there for a few minutes. Her gun and her eyes never wavered. Any other mark, I'd have been a dead man. But if she was a replicant, she must not have known it if she was willing to call the police.
This a troublemaker? Put your hands on top of your head.
That's right. Ray McCoy, Rep Detect, BR 61661.
Never heard of you.
I report to Lieutenant Gouza. Call him.
I work for you? Let's go.
Where's your squad car?
Shut your mouth.
Which precinct are we going to?
I'll tell you which one.
This was no precinct house I'd ever been in, and I thought I'd been in them all. The grunt to my right had the beefy, harnessed bull look down pat, and his twitchy partner in the suit looked like he was just itching to chainsaw a couple of kneecaps. Other than that, everything was hunky-dory.
Impersonating a police officer, huh? I guess the new Nexus models are a little more creative than the old ones.
I'm a Blade Runner. You don't believe me? Call Lieutenant Gouza.
There ain't no Gouza in the LPD.
Unless I've been walking around in a dream, there is.
That's what always bugs me. Yeah, the fact that these skin jobs always gotta live someone else's life.
No shit.
Just make the call, damn it.
You're just a piece of shit rep with memory implants of this Gouza guy, you understand?
That's impossible.
Rep ain't sounding so creative now,
huh? You want to void conf me? Be my guest.
Oh, very good. Very good. Very convincing. Where you been hiding? The Kipple? Gregorian bring you in? Who else is working that side of the pool these days?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What about that bastard selling all that stuff downtown?
Hey, shut your trap. I'll tell you something, McCoy. I don't even care how you go out. But I know you can feel pain. And on that account, I'm your man, see? You tell me about everyone you met through cars, and I'll guarantee you we'll go real easy.
Your breath smells like you wiped your ass with your teeth.
You're gonna wish you was neck-deep in an off-world reactor vessel by the time I get through with you. Fire up the chair, Holly. You know what I'm gonna come back as in my next life? A priest. There's something holy about how good I am at this.
Freeze! Don't even go for it!
You got any idea how glad I am to see you?
No time for chit-chat, Slim. You want to save your ass, we gotta blow this joint right now. What the hell took you so long?
Good thing you made your entrance when you did.
Good thing one of my snitches saw them escort you out of the club. Otherwise, you'd be 3/4 in the bag right now.
They must have been phony cops hired by the reps for protection.
Cops, yes. phony, no. I remembered Baker. He used to be an SID expert on coercive technique until he was fired from the force a couple years ago.
A mercenary?
Bingo.
He won't have to worry about getting paid no more.
That stripper you interviewed, she's one of them. Figure it out. She must have made the call to Baker and that other bozo. Let's attend to some business.
I'm there.
Nice crowd.
Regular folks, Steele, just like you and me.
Speak for yourself. You see it anywhere?
Not yet. You sure she's in here?
I'm gonna look backstage. Check the balcony and cover the exit. I don't want this one giving us the blow-off.